they tried to do it. They tried to, staff an entire company with AI, all AI employees, see if they could really totally replace us. So it was supposedly going to be, super efficient or whatever. It went horribly wrong. Like the multiple times that they tried to get this to work, it's going horribly. So it turns out that there's still humans needed. It's AI Monday.
Yeah.
Happy Cinco de Mayo! If you are listening to this recording, I want you to picture me in a very large and funky sombrero. If you are watching the video, you can tell that I'm not wearing a sombrero, but if you're
You
listening
can
to it,
still
I
imagine
I
it.
could be. I could be. Yeah. Happy Cinco de Mayo, bro. Are
I'm
you
doing
having
nothing to celebrate.
tacos today or something?
No,
I'm having tacos.
I'm having
Woohoo.
pirate energy drink.
Oh, dude, wait, you remind me 1 second. Summer edition.
Wow.
It was worth it. I meant to grab this earlier and I totally forgot. It's almost a tragedy. Sorry, you can edit all of that out or whatever.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay. Now I think we've got some fun updates. Want to start with a little story? I have a little story
All
that
right, go
could
for
be
it.
encouraging for some of our more nervous listeners. Did you say no?
I said go for it.
Oh, go for it. Oh, okay. I mean, this is going to be a very shortened version of this story, but basically, they tried to do it. They tried to, staff an entire company with AI, just, have all AI employees, see if they could really totally replace us. So it was a software company that basically was, I think they were selling the software, but then they were like virtually touring the offices. They were trying to get, through files and different stuff. They were trying to give write performance reviews for software engineers and like get feedback on things.
Hmm.
Anyway, so it was supposedly going to be, super efficient or whatever. It went horribly wrong. Like the multiple times that they tried to get this to work, it's going horribly. So it turns out that there's still humans needed. But it was really funny to me to read this article. It said that the agents were plagued with lack of common sense, weak social skills, and a poor understanding of how to navigate the internet. So it's so funny because like what they were doing was they just kept like trying to, how AI will try to like solve the problem. If it runs into something, it like tries to solve it. So basically, if their task was, okay, communicate with this entity, and like they kept reaching out, and the entity wasn't communicating back to them, they were like, okay, how do I get around this? So they just take a different entity and rename it so that the names matched, and then communicate with that one instead.
Wow.
So that was just like horrible. It was like an 11% success rate, and they, not hardly finished any of the tasks. And oh, anyway, it was really funny. It was like, okay, we're not there yet, I guess, for this one. We're gonna need some humans to help, be at least monitoring. But it was kind of funny because I think that they did this kind of to prove a point. And I think maybe it's even actually further along than this like little experiment shows. But they're just like, see, all these tech companies say, that AI is going to be the big new thing. It's not so great, like that's kind of how they portrayed it. Was they're
Wow.
like, it's kind of pathetic. It just gives you little memes on your phone. I'm like, well, okay, it is bigger than that, but that was so funny to me that it's just not the common sense was not quite
Hmm.
trying to accomplish the task
I think
by.
AI, I think it'll still be more of an enhancer than a replacer. I
Oh,
think
sure.
it'll allow
Oh, yeah.
people to
No, I
do
know.
more work or do work that they couldn't afford or weren't already doing, and it won't just replace
Oh,
everyone. And I
100%.
think that that kind of proves it, is it's like, yeah, it's useful, and it's a useful tool probably more than that shows, but also it shows that it's like it can't just take your job, but you can use it to make your job 10 times better.
Yeah.
So,
There are very few organizations or companies who right now would say, we're doing all we ever want to do. So we'll just use AI and replace our people and make more money.
exactly, exactly.
All we ever want to do. Like
They're like,
everyone's
wait, we
like,
can pay the
no,
same people and the same amount of money and do 10 times more?
exactly. We can reach these new heights that we've wanted to, but haven't been able to with our current budget or whatever, right?
Hmm.
That's the big, yeah. No one is at the highest point they want to be at yet. So it's not just a replacement, like you're saying.
Yeah. I also see it as like, I don't know, I feel like AI is smart, but probably in every country, but man, especially America and America's internet are so complicated. Like if you think about trying to learn the human like English language, you can get all the words down, but then we have all these terms like bruh and like all these weird, spin-off terms and words and it's like imagine having to learn all the slang and be able to talk like an American and just like casually. And I feel like the internet's kind of like that too, where AI is going to be like, what is going on here?
Well, yeah, totally. But I think a lot of it has to do with like prioritization and AI trying
Sure.
to figure out what's actually important to us in a situation because of those shortcuts or those,
Mhm.
am I getting my sources from, or what's the like figuring out what is important and kind of the tiers of importance when you're having conversations or trying to do a task, I feel like it's going to be really hard. But it's funny that you brought up the slang thing because can I transition into another one of my things from that?
Yeah, I was segueing you.
Beautiful. So Google is doing the new, trying to basically compete with Duolingo, right? Doing some AI experiments for learning languages.
Hmm.
So they actually kind of sounded cool. Basically, there's, I guess, three different experiments. One of them is very familiar. Point your phone at an object and it'll tell you what that object is in whatever language you're trying to learn.
Hmm.
Very cool. But I feel like we've seen some of that already. But then another one was I think they call mini lessons or tiny lessons or something like that. Little language lesson, tiny lesson, I think. Anyway, but basically you just describe a situation and it gives you the answer in that language, which I feel like you probably can do with any AI model if you thought of that. But, you know, it's really cool to just have it right there. Basically, if you're like trying to get to a certain place or if you want to ask a specific question, versus Duolingo or something like that, you'd have to like find it or do the whole course or whatever, right? You can just be like, okay, I said this, he said this, what do I say back? Or how's the, right? So you kind
Hmm.
of type it in and give the specific scenario versus just, I have a sentence that I want to say and I put it into Google Translate. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
here's the situation.
The context
Help me
probably
know
matters.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So it
Hmm.
might be a little more accurate in determining what you want to say. But then the third one was about slang. So it was about teaching you how to speak the language like a local, because a lot of times when you're going to be learning it through, I don't know, Rosetta Stone, you sound very professional. You sound, a very formal version of the language and not necessarily actual slang. So they used AI to help teach people the
Hmm.
slang of wherever they're trying to go so they can sound a little less clunky and awkward, I guess.
Have you seen any news or anything of Duolingo using AI? Because I feel like I haven't actually seen that yet.
Yes, they've incorporated it. I'm trying to remember exactly what they're doing because they're trying to, I think they're starting to do a little,
Yeah.
which I mean
I
is,
think learning another language is still super cool and
yeah,
somewhat useful, but it is hard because it's like, man, AI, if there's
but now you,
one of
yeah.
those few things that AI will probably completely replace, it is like needing to learn another language. When you have glasses and the other person has glasses and they're speaking two different languages and you're both reading the auto,
Mhm.
transcript subtitles in your eye in your glasses and just following along and stuff. I mean, like, there's not really a need for learning another language unless you want
You have
to.
to go quite a bit deeper to, find the reason behind why you want to learn multiple languages and have,
Yeah, I
just
mean, like
in
to a certain
your,
degree, it's like you don't like it's like writing a story.
but
Like you
practically,
still want to do it. It's still fun. It's not necessary. You could have AI whip out a whole novel, but you like to write the story. You want to be the creative one. So I get learning a
I think
language literally for the purpose of I want to learn a language. But as far as like any practical reason why it
okay.
makes sense
I
to,
think I think practically that for most people it could go away. Yes. But I think that learning a language isn't like writing a story. I wouldn't put it on the same thing like that. I don't think it's something that you do just to do it. I think there's probably genuine, I'm speaking completely without knowing anything, but probably genuine like cognitive benefits. And I'm sure, and there
yeah.
are to writing a story
And
too, but writing a story
right.
is creative and learning a language is a different thing.
I think
It's,
I would put them both in the same category because they both just fall under like hobbies for me. They're not
well,
important.
sure, I
They're
know.
just
I'm just
fun
saying
and they're
like
good for my brain or whatever. So yeah, no, they're not the
understanding
exact same
how
thing.
people put language together at a different time or in a different place or helping you understand culture, things like that is different than I'm going to use my experiences and create something something from them. So I think both could be very easily argued to be important. But yeah, but for just practically day to day or going to another country or trying to read a book that you can't, like that seems like that could definitely be.
Imagine just picking up a Spanish book or, Italian or whatever, and you just wear the glasses, transcribes it all for you. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Anyways, that one was kind of interesting. Google's little competition attempt. We'll see. Do they have an evil bird that will hunt you down and destroy you if you don't do your lessons? They
That's how they
don't.
incorporate AI.
That but yeah, I don't know, man.
Our new AI bird knows if you're not doing your lesson.
That dude's scary.
Hmm.
Anyways, so it was good.
Cool.
Yo, do you want to do an update or something?
Sure. Talk about some of the big names.
Yeah, big names.
Yeah, ChatGPT, they had a little update where they integrated like a buy button basically. So if you ask it to find something because you're looking to buy something, then it'll give you links at the top that are a little like highlighted and easy to press on and take you right to the thing to buy it basically. So it still gives you a bit of answer if you're asking about it, where it's like, here's where to look for it, or here's more information about what you're asking. But it also gives you links and they're just a little fancier. The main cool part about that is just because, unlike Google, the results aren't sponsored. So it's yet another reason to use ChatGPT to look for something to buy and not Google. Because while Google will give you a bunch of links, the top 7 at this point or whatever will all be sponsored. And that's fine. Maybe it's still what you want, but it's not just going to give you exactly what you're searching for first. And ChatGPT can learn more about you, which will hopefully, increase
Who has the
its,
recommendations?
yeah, recommendations and know what you're actually looking for, all the context. And based on that, and also not giving sponsored results, would maybe be more likely to just give you what you want, give you a
I've
couple
actually
links.
used this. We got a new TV in kids ministry and I needed to mount it and I'm the most uh I just am completely clueless when it comes to anything.
Right, yeah, I know.
Yeah. So anyways, so I was like, I don't have a mount for this TV. I could just go get a TV mount, but I was like, how do I figure out what the right one is? So I just pulled my phone out of my pocket and I got ChatGPT, the little widget right on my wallpaper. What it's called? Home screen? Whatever. There we go. Yeah. So I just popped that open and I said, hey, how do I figure out what mount I need for this TV? And it told me, how to like measure the little distance between the mounting things. And so I did and I figured it out. And basically it said, hey, if this is the measurement that you got, here's a recommendation for what to buy. And it sent me an Amazon link for one. And I don't remember if that's the one I ended up going with, but it was so easy because then I click on it, it takes me to Amazon, and I was like, okay, this looks about right. It has good reviews, and I think I compared it against a couple. So I don't remember if it was my final choice, but it made it way easier for
Hmm.
mine because I'm just like, I don't know what mount to get. What if it falls off the wall and crushes a child? Like, anyway, so I was like, this is important. And I didn't know what I was doing. So hooray for ChatGPT. And I like the little buy now button, right? The little button that takes you right to it. So you can just get and yeah. Oh, I'm sure with the personalized recommendations, it'll all get, I mean, without, yeah. I mean, Amazon already knows way too much about me. So
Right,
it's yeah.
I know.
They're like, were you shopping for this? I'm like, well,
And I think Google can catch up because they have the resources. So they could just make it so that Google search is that efficient, but they still have their sponsored, all their other ads and all their blue links. And
I just feel
ChatGPT
like
right now is stealing away people from Google as far as people that are going to ChatGPT to research and search
exactly. I haven't
classic
used
things.
just Gemini just by itself.
Right, yeah.
I've used Google still, but it's not a conversation. You have one prompt, you got to get exactly what you want to say in there because then you can't follow up. You can't say, no, no, I meant this, or what about if this
Mhm.
is the result, or you know what I mean? There's no string of communication. So ChatGPT just it's so much easier for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. And then yeah, they updated their deep research, so it's a little more like Grok where there's like a couple different versions and put it out more to the public. So now with my Plus subscription, I can do more of the deep searching, but they also have like a lightweight version so that when you run out of basically tokens, whatever you want to call it, and you can't do more deep searching on your plan, then it switches over to like a lighter deep research. So also they are reportedly planning to launch like a suite of AI agents, and they'd have a monthly subscription with prices ranging from like two to 20,000 a month, which is a lot.
Whoa,
But they
what?
basically be like a whole employee. And so if you're doing the 20,000 one, it's still pretty ridiculous, but hopefully the prices would come down. Um, but basically the 20,000 one would be basically like a PhD, like smartest, most capable AI ever, and you're
Yeah.
paying for it basically as an employee, which that would still be, an insane price. But um, yeah, basically that'd be actual replacements potentially of like a whole agent that can search the web, do several tasks. So it could actually book you a flight. It could actually order groceries. It could actually like do full task things.
I'm really interested.
'Cause
How in the world do you make an AI agent that's worth $20,000 a month? That's
you put the name OpenAI behind it.
well, no, though, but really, like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Seems
Again, this is reported and not out yet, and no one's using it yet. But
okay, well, sure.
but I mean, like, if you're rich and you're like, I want to spend 2,000 a month on this thing so that it can do administrative tasks for me, and not only that, but it has the operator features, and if those are leveled up a little more, it can actually search the web and do things for you. And I mean, the idea of it, of course, is there, but is it actually out yet? Like we've talked about this many times of AI agents being able to do cool things like this, but
And then they're renaming other entities, and then they're
mhm, yeah, yeah, those are the ChatGPT updates.
cool. I look forward to seeing that. That's really interesting. I don't.
The agents,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, because that's what. Yeah, exactly. We've been talking about this forever, but I want to see it happen and be worth it.
yeah. Also, Grok 3 is now available to the public, and 3.5 may or may not release this week, although I would no longer have access to it because I'm not paying for the Grok Super, whatever it's called. Anyway, their subscription.
I'm
I've
not
switched
keeping track of what they're up to. Is there anything new?
Grok.
Yeah.
Well, Grok 3 has been released to the public, and Grok 3.5 came
Right.
out this
A new
week.
number is great, but like actually though, I was just wondering.
I don't know. I don't know if 3.5 would update their picture that has gotten less good than ChatGPT, or I don't know.
Probably.
I think that they need an update. They're falling
Okay.
behind, but also, they're falling
Sure.
behind as of the past week or two. So,
Fair enough.
but yeah, no, we'll see what that entails. And I won't have access to it, so I'll just read people's posts on it.
Tragedy.
Mhm. What are you doing? Is there like a really interesting ant?
No, no, I'm not.
You're drawing a murder owl on the podcast?
Yeah.
For all our non-existent listeners out there,
Anyways, sorry, back to it. It's just a little guy.
is
I don't know how to draw his feet though.
you could probably look it up. You could probably just ask ChatGPT to make a murder Duolingo owl
They're just little blobs. Oh, you probably could, man.
and make it like photorealistic. Is it supposed to be evil or just happy? Because it looks kind of happy.
I don't know, man.
Were you trying to make it evil?
I was going to make it evil, but I didn't know how. Do I give it an eye patch?
There's some like fire behind its eyes. Just
Oh gosh. I think I'm gonna leave him as is. I just wanted to see if, yep.
all right, cool.
My
Did
apologies.
you have did you have more to share? Do you want to talk about Meta AI's new app?
Yeah, I can talk about Meta. Well, I guess, yeah, maybe this was around before, but they announced it as a launch of a new app. And it's just, it's like the ChatGPT app, but it's with Meta AI. So now Meta AI is something on its own, which is cool. Maybe it's cool. And then the only other thing with it is it's got more of the social aspect of you can share your prompts and results. So if, I don't know, you got a cool response or if you made a cool image, basically they're saying the trends of images, like the Studio Ghibli fad and all those things, this will probably just be a place for those, is kind of the prediction, I guess, of
Okay.
just people sharing like, oh, I made myself as a Muppet character. I made myself as a pancake. I don't know. And then people can be sharing those out. Yeah. So I'll check it out. I don't think it's Apple AI. But it's not Apple Intelligence, but it's Wait, why did no, it's not Apple Intelligence. Where's my brain going? You know what? I read Meta AI and I was thinking, oh, this is an Apple thing. It must be too early in the morning. I need to just drink my energy drink.
Yeah. So
But
like
yeah,
it says
Facebook,
that
not
it
Apple.
released on April 29th. Like it just came out. At least that's what
Yeah.
Grok said.
Yeah,
But
that's what
there's
they
updates.
announced it on.
There's
I think
updates when I look at the app that are like from February and
well,
December.
I don't know, dude. I
So
don't know.
and maybe it was just on here. It says like making great strides. Maybe they were literally updating it and commenting on it before it was even out. It's like progress
Maybe.
updates and they're there. But I
So you're
guess
looking at the app, you already have it?
you can get it. You can
I
download
should
it.
get
It's just on the App Store.
it.
But yeah, no, I mean it
Is
sounds
it
like
through your
it's
Facebook profile or is it
I
separate?
assume it's attached. I assume they'd attach it to your Facebook profile and Instagram and
I
stuff.
would
Just
assume so
at
too,
least the data that's attached to you there, because then it can learn
right?
from you better.
Yeah, 100%.
And then yeah, you can also like talk to it, connect your Meta AI glasses to it, which I also didn't actually know if those were released or not, but I guess they are. So
Good for them.
I don't really keep up with Meta as much, but they never seem to catch up, basically. I mean, Llama, when they released that, it kind of caught up the open source world, and that was
Hmm.
really cool. But now they've just stayed like steadily behind.
Sure.
I still like Meta fine, but I do think that they're one of the least trustworthy companies as far as harvesting your data goes.
That's that might be fair.
Well, did you have more that you wanted to share?
I don't think so.
Did you see Canva's new look?
I saw the new look. I just kept using the same tools that I've always used. I really
Same.
like I don't know how long they've had the AI caption generating. I didn't pay attention to when that was
I don't know.
released, but it's real nice. Yeah, the caption generating has
Is
been
it
good.
free?
No, it's on the
I
pro version.
mean, okay, it's on the pro version, but
Yeah,
is it
you don't pay
is
extra
it
for it. You
unlimited,
have the
I
pro version.
guess?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I mean, that's cool because like CapCut has that feature, but you have to pay like 20 bucks a month too for that.
And
But
I think it's
it's
better. Like
what?
it was really accurate.
So is the CapCut one
This
when I
CapCut's
used it.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay. The
but it
other ones
was
I've used
still
on
like
mine have been meh.
yeah, it was still like a limited amount that you could do though. And so that's cool if it's just free with paying and unlimited. But yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool. Yeah, they also released what they have Canva AI now, so they have their own little AI assistant,
right.
I guess. I mean, it's not really much of an assistant, it's just what they're calling. I don't know what they're using. They're probably using one of the other big name companies' tools.
Probably. Yeah.
Or yeah, but I do like the fact that you can just start a design by prompting it, be like, I need this and that, and then it'll go. I did use it a couple times. It didn't work either time. Like I
Yeah.
would say I wanted something and it'd be like, I can't do that. And I'm like, you can't create a doc for me? Like that's all I'm asking. I literally just want the
Funny.
graphic. And it was like, no, I can't do that. Like, yeah, you can. And then also Canva Sheets is a new one. It's hopefully going to get better because right now I tried it as well and it's definitely not as good as Excel or Google Sheets as
Yeah,
far
that was
as
one I
just
wasn't really excited about. It might get better, but
I think it's one of those things where it's like it makes sense for them to do it. If they want to be like Google, where they have the PowerPoint, or Microsoft or whatever, where they have the PowerPoint and they have the docs and they have the Excel, and you just go to Canva for anything and everything creativity wise. But even though you can design more on the Canva one, create a little graphic over there and make it all pretty and stuff, I feel like its actual tools and features aren't as helpful, and it's a little clunky to use.
basically I just need Canva to get really good at incorporating your own brand. That's the thing. And they definitely do some of that, especially
Yeah,
when you generate something, then you can update it to have your brand colors and update it to have your brand fonts. You can do that, but I don't know. I just everything I make has to be fairly specific. So it's really cool to be able to just generate something if I was just doing like a one-off class or if I was doing a one-off invitation to something. I don't know.
yeah.
But it all is very, most of the stuff I make is very brand focused. So
I mean, that was supposed to be one of the updates of this AI update.
I haven't seen, I don't know. Maybe
You
there's
haven't
more
seen it when it's been out for like three
that
days, so
no, I've seen I've done the generating thing. I just haven't seen much about making the brand more incorporated.
I feel like that's been on every like summary about it as far as that goes. But I don't know. Anyway, yeah, and then they have. I mean, we already kind of talked about this, but they have a coding place too. I definitely didn't try that. I'm not even gonna try because I don't know coding. and then enhanced photo editing, which I thought that was kind of cool. I'm uh I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I just want to show one thing.
Okay.
That's not it. That's a different AI image. I made an AI image of a pirate ship this morning because I wanted a new pirate wallpaper.
Very cool.
Hmm.
I should generate wallpapers. Man, they'd be so random. I'd love that. Oh, I just thought of a good idea. Good thing I have a notepad.
This is it. Here you go. This is it. It's just a screenshot. But I liked that with this new
What the heck?
feature. Well, it was just a picture of us. It was the one we took for our thumbnail, you know.
Yeah,
But I liked that you can generate a background. So it started as just an us photo, and then I put in, we're in Jurassic, there's a dinosaur behind us and a sunset over water. And then it generated four options, automatically cropping us onto it. And then, I don't know, it looks fine. It was random. It was a random example, but I like
yeah,
that you can do in one prompt, like say, "Hey, can you change the
sure.
background to be this?" And it'll automatically in one swing uh, crop out what's in front and put the generated background in behind. And of course, you can generate different options. And also, when you're editing the photo now, you can either only edit the foreground or the background or like a specific person. I don't know if you've ever used that. I definitely have, especially for like, I think this exact photo, I was able to select just me out of the photo and then change my lighting and adjust my, like me. And then, yeah, you can do that with the background and stuff too. So. I like the more specific capabilities for
I want to see
editing.
the AI get good at that though, and like have the AI match the lighting of the background to the lighting of our photo, so it looks like we're really there and it doesn't look as bad of a green screen.
I could probably throw it in ChatGPT and it would do a better job. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Huh.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not impressed with any of Canva's AI yet. But I hope that it gets better because I use Canva so much that if it just got really integrated and really good, so that I really am just saying, "Hey, can you make it my brand?" And then it just boom, boom.
And even if it's not the most advanced one, everything Canva makes is beautiful. So, we want the pretty version of all
You
of these
know,
things. Yeah, I just tried to do it with the brand and it's not doing anything. So I'll look into it, but yeah.
I
Hmm.
think they need more time too. I think they need to upgrade better or update more. Not impressed with Canva AI, but I don't think they failed. I just don't care about the new things as much. Gonna
Sure.
keep using Google Sheets for my budget.
Just depends on how you use it. Yeah. Yeah.
I shared that same layout with Annie the other day.
Oh, good, man. That's awesome.
I feel like I should actually like sell it. Like I should create like a very optimizable and not filled out, other than maybe like an example.
Put it on Etsy, bro.
Put it on Etsy.
Yeah. People sell just like downloadable files.
Weird. If anyone's looking for an optimizable budget,
It's so funny because like there are many million tools that do it that people use, like apps and stuff, but I like your spreadsheet better.
I know, I know. I
I
mean,
know.
I don't
And it's a
think,
literal spreadsheet. Like it should not be better than
yeah, I
but
want to say it's better than Mint. Like Mint went extinct, but I like this more.
the thing is, I mean, obviously with like the reports and stuff, there's places for the other things.
But yeah, I liked the fact that
Budgeting
Mint
just
was
for like
automatic for
putting
the
your
most part.
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just putting your brain into okay, like being aware of where you're spending your money and stuff like that. It's really good.
And it's like, hey, do you want to actually know how your money's doing? Then you should probably put some time into it. And this is exactly that.
Yeah. I like it a lot, dude.
Speaking of not using AI,
What do you mean?
I had
Oh, because you don't
thinking
use
of
AI
that.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could probably use AI to like make an automatic table or something for it. I don't know. It's always like use AI at the top. Google. Every time I'm on like Google Sheets, it's like Gemini's up
Yeah,
there.
I'm
Like, yeah.
kind of dumb. Why don't I just put a separate sheet in there with AI stuff so that it would automatically generate me like a little trends thing like the app? I'm basically building my own app, but I'm personalizing it, right?
Actually, you should do that, and then you should send it over to me so that I can copy it, and then I can sell it on Etsy and say it's also like
Oh,
AI powered, AI optimized.
that's good. Okay.
Are you taking notes or drawing another owl?
I'm taking notes.
All right, cool. Well, that's all I got for this week.
Groovy.
Other than the
This
fact
this
that I'm
music is
moving,
such
so
a random one. I know you're moving. There's nothing behind you.
I have no mic. I have no fancy camera.
I mean, but you're not moving like before next week, so we'll still have
Nope.
another.
Nope. And we'll see. Hopefully the internet works. We're getting our carpet cleaned this week on Friday, and I'll have to unplug the internet because it's on the carpet. And so that
Generally, it plugs back in, but I
I assume that by Saturday we will already have internet. But yeah,
sounds good.
cool. Do you want to thank the listeners?
Thank you, listeners. I'm already off. I'm ChatGPTing different prompts right now. I'm
Very
sorry.
cool.
You
You got to take
listeners,
notes on what you do so we have more to talk about next week.
I
But
always do the most random stuff though. It's okay. It's okay.
that's the interesting thing. So,
It's all good.
all right, cool. Hopefully more guests in the future.
Sounds good.
All right,
See ya.
cool.